Welcome to Easy Collaborative Art. I'm Chandra, and in each episode, I guide you through simple, inclusive ways to bring people together through group painting. In time, you'll have all the mindsets you need to create this style of group artwork with confidence. It's really fun. This episode, we're entering the second stage of the pattern play process, exploring. This is the stage where we shift gears, but not into overthinking. We're still spontaneous, but with gentle framework. Exploring is all about adding playful layers, one after another, in a way that feels free yet guided. I might say, pick a pattern and add it 3 times. Then repeat it somewhere else, swap colours, or try a different pattern. We're layering patterns, big and small, in a way that responds to what's already on the canvas, but it's still open and fun, like structured play. It's about building momentum without worrying about getting it right. If you've ever wondered what happens after that first messy, fearless layer, this episode is your next step. After all the energy and freedom of messy playing, the exploring stage brings a new kind of focus, but not rigid rules. Think of it as playful attention. You can offer simple, open-ended prompts like, pick a pattern and add it 3 times. Then repeat it somewhere else, swap colours with somebody nearby, or try another pattern. These little nudges create structure while keeping things fun and spontaneous. At first, I suggest imagining the canvas as a fresh artwork. This helps ease any nerves about painting over somebody else's marks. But that's the magic of collaborative art. We build on what others have created, and we don't cling to every single mark. The new layers always lead to unexpected and exciting results. Before long, people relax, go with the flow, and start inventing patterns of their own. They respond to what's already there instead of just adding random marks. Someone might add to a quiet area that feels a bit empty, while somebody else builds on a cluster with something bold or contrasting. Another person might echo a pattern or add a fresh colour to keep it evolving. This is collaboration in action. It's not about filling in gaps, it's about noticing, asking yourself, where can I add something that supports the whole painting? Even though it's still spontaneous, this subtle shift into responding rather than just reacting is powerful, and it's the point where a group of painters starts to feel like true collaborators, not just individuals working side by side. But with some groups, working side by side is perfectly fine and is exactly how the artwork evolves. Sometimes slowing down feels a little awkward. People pause, unsure of what to do next. That's where my pattern play resources shine, like the pattern play cards or pattern play pages. I've used them in over 60 projects, and they always bring a fresh energy to the group. These prompts aren't strict instructions, they're playful invitations. A swirl, a cluster of dots, a zigzag, simple marks that anyone can try. I give them fun names like cat's ears, lightning bolts, fronds, and blossoms, which spark conversations as people share what they see. Some painters copy a pattern exactly, others give it their own twist. Some go bold and make patterns sweep across the entire canvas, while others create tiny details that invite you to look closer. There's a place for everybody's style. I usually say, think big or small, because medium sizes just happen naturally. Everyone's version of big is different, and that variety is what makes the artwork interesting and refreshing. The goal is to offer structure without pressure. Pattern play prompts are gentle springboards for creativity, and they work every single time. Exploring is also about contrast. Big versus small, dark versus light, thick versus thin. Encouraging variety adds a spark of energy to the canvas. It keeps things visually exciting, both for the painters and for anyone who sees the finished artwork. I've often had people say, it's like a magic eye painting. Do you remember those? And phones even mistake the patterns for QR codes, asking you to get closer. You might prompt your group with questions like, what happens if you make this shape bigger? Or what if you do 3 of them coming out from an edge or from a corner? Repeating shapes across the canvas, like a rhythm in music, creates harmony. These small, playful decisions make people feel like, wow, I'm actually shaping this, and they are. You'll often forget which parts you painted yourself because it all merges into one shared artwork. It's still free and playful, but now the play has a subtle sense of direction. One of the things I love about the exploring stage is that you can repeat it as many times as you like. For a small artwork, one round of patterns might be enough, but on larger pieces we often add layer after layer, sometimes 5 or even 10. Each new layer of patterns adds more depth, variety and detail. It's not about rushing or finishing, it's about enjoying the process, trying out different patterns, mixing your colours with white or blending them together in the different layers, and watching the painting evolve. With every layer, people gain more experience and confidence with the brushes and the paint. It's all about building comfort and creativity, one playful layer at a time. Let's recap what the exploring stage offers. It shifts the group from spontaneous marks to playful responding, building on what's already there. It introduces pattern play prompts as fun, friendly guides, not rules. And it encourages contrast and variation, adding life and energy to the canvas. Exploring is still completely freeform, just with a gentle layer of structure. It's about experimenting with patterns, noticing how they interact, and seeing how each layer responds to the group's shared story. This is the turning point from playful chaos into a flow of shared creativity. Thanks for joining me for this episode. Exploring is one of my favourite stages. It's when people lean in, start noticing the patterns around them, and surprise themselves with what they can add. Next time, we'll move into the third stage, bling. This is when the whole artwork comes alive with contrast, sparkle, and finishing touches. It's a slower, relaxing stage and often doesn't even involve wet paint, so the prep is even easier for you. You can also grab my free beginner's guide to collaborative art, which explains the pattern play method I'm going through here and gives you pattern prompts you can try straight away. Head to paintingaroundisfun.com and the link is in the show notes. Until next time, keep painting, keep playing and keep connecting. Your secret code letter for this episode is E. Gather every letter to find a hidden page filled with creative challenges. I call this approach pattern play collaborative art. It's simply painting together in 3 stages. First messy, then exploring with patterns, then blinging it up with details. Anyone can try it, no experience needed.